back, Mavs. We're so happy that you are here starting this new school year with us. I'm Rochelle Langley, the superintendent of Marshall Independent School District, and I am so happy that we are able to be together in school starting this new school year. And although things aren't totally normal, we are truly back to normal as much as we can be. What we want to first talk about are our COVID positive numbers. I know everyone is probably sick of hearing about and talking about COVID, but I wanted to make sure that everyone was as clear as possible on what's happening in Marshall Independent School District as far as our COVID numbers. First of all, I want to say what a great job each of you are doing and help keeping our numbers low. Right now, we have around 1.5% of our student and staff that are COVID positive. As compared to some areas in the United States, that is an amazing number. And I want to again tell you thank you for this great job. What we also want to do is to let you know that we hope that you will continue social distancing, and not to sound too much like a mother, but I hope you will continue to wash your hands and also sanitize. We are not mandating masks in Marshall ISD at this time, but we do encourage masks. Especially if you have any type of sinus infection or anything like that going on, we hope that you will use your mask in schools. And that goes for our students and our staff. Although it is up to you or your parents, and we are not mandating masks. Okay, let's talk about close contact and quarantine. Marshall Independent School District is using the Texas Education Agency guidance for the definitions of close contact and when to quarantine. If you're in close contact with a COVID positive person, students or teachers may choose to quarantine, but it is not mandatory. If you choose to quarantine as a student or your parents choose for you to quarantine because of a close contact, you will have excused absences. However, those absences, because you are not COVID positive as a student, will go against the 90% rule. And what the 90% rule is that your final grade that you receive in a class comes from you being present in that class for 90% of the time. Please check our MISD website for more information on the 90% rule. Our staff also may choose to quarantine if they are in close contact with a COVID positive person, but again, it is not mandatory. So you may save your days if you are not COVID positive. However, following TEA guidance, if you choose as a student or a staff member to stay home for the quarantine period of 10 days, you must quarantine for all 10 days or present to the school a negative PCR test. So once you have chosen to quarantine after being in close contact, you're basically home for the 10 days unless you can present us with a PCR test. If a student has a COVID positive test, it does not count against the 90% rule. It is just an absence like any other's doctor-excused absence. As of August 31st, we had 98.6% of our students that were not COVID positive, and 98.1% of our staff was not COVID positive. We have noticed quite a bit of fake news about COVID positives in Marshall Independent School District, so please check with your principals if you have any questions about the percentage of students or staff on your campus that are COVID positive. Now for some upcoming exciting news so that we can get off of the COVID subject. On September 15th, it is our first day of Hispanic Heritage Month, and our campuses have many exciting things that are coming up with that. So please check with your campus websites or campus Facebook to see what type of events will be coming. On September 17th, believe it or not, that is the end of our first 6 weeks. And October 1st is our Marshall High School homecoming. So please, we want the whole district to show up to celebrate our homecoming. In addition to that, volleyball is in full swing. Please check the schedule to see when you might be able to attend one of our Lady Mavs volleyball games. And of course, football started last Friday night, and we are playing the Longview Lobos. This rivalry began in 1909. It is one of the longest football rivalries for high school in the United States. So please come to Longview on Friday night to see the Marshall Mavericks play the Longview Lobos. As far as our academics goes, I want to give you a curriculum update. Our administrators have been focusing on visible learning, which is a concept developed by John Hattie. There's a wonderful book that they are doing a book study on, and it focuses on evidence-based practices to maximize student achievement. Also, our Marshall Independent School District staff are continuing to develop in customer service. We want to give our students, parents, community, and each other the best customer service experience and education that they can receive. Thank you so much for listening to this Superintendent 6-week update. I hope to see you around the district. I'm on the campuses quite a bit. And I also hope that you will follow MISD's Facebook and Twitter. You can find us at #Marshall Mavericks. And as always, go Mavs.